The seeds are set. We know who is playing who. The only thing left to do now is draft the winning teams in playoff best ball in 2025. Davis Mattek and Pat Corain. We're going to use the sidekick. We're going to find some winners. It's short king summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's short king summer. All right, Corain, we're here. We got the sidekick fired up. The sidekick has all of the seeds set, so we're gonna know who not to take, which will be nice because I'm gonna fire. We're gonna fire a bunch of these, and then that'll translate to when I'm drafting on my phone, and I'll know, hey, don't take the Packers with this team. Don't take the Commanders with this team, and that'll be nice because that's pretty huge. I mean, that is actually a huge thing at this stage of the game.
It is really nice to know, that you're not going to be drafting teams that are dead to face each other in the conference championship, unless you're desperate for advance rate type stuff.
Which, there are new contests in the lobby. The Mitten 3, and I don't know the advance.
I believe the Mitten 3 is one of 6. Yeah, big difference if you're jumping in that one. Yeah, make sure you're thinking about that.
And I mean, I guess I would say if people are shying away from Chiefs and Lions in that contest, then that makes them, even better picks. Yeah. All right. Well, let's do it, man. Let's win the gosh darn gauntlet and find a shipper. Don't need to shill too much here on the program, but if you do legitimately get confused, that is like what the sidekick is for. If you're a big confused guy.
The sidekick's like one of its primary functions is just to like help you remember what you're doing.
Yes, correct. All right. Well, we just get to take Josh Allen, 101. Very simple. These Josh Allen teams, though, man, like what we were just talking about with Shope, like. It's not that easy to advance these teams. You need good. Something I like doing is taking two of the Chiefs guys, like taking like Hollywood and Worthy or something, because one, they won't play each other until the conference championship, but two, just for more guys who are going to be live in rounds 2 and rounds 3.
So the sidekick actually loves that. It's always like recommending Chiefs on
Bills teams,
on Allen and Ravens teams. Yeah. And I'm always like, but you think about it, they're such good round 2 advance rate pieces, right? Because they're 100% to play in round 2. And so, and
everyone else you're about to take is like at best, 75% to be there in round 2 at best, but probably less than that.
Right. And so you're definitely getting those points. And then like relative to their potential scoring points, they're slightly underpriced because of the bye. So yeah, it's something I need to actually do more of, is take those Chiefs with these builds. But it's easier to do, I think, with the Ravens, where you feel better about, like, especially if you can get like Lamar Henry.
Yeah.
You get like Lamar Henry, Andrews, Zay's fallen a bit now. But you feel better about your round 1 with the Ravens, and then, you can think ahead a little bit more with the Bills, as we were just talking about with Mike Shope on ADP chasing. It's like outside of Allen, you're not like loving the advance rate pieces.
Well, and Cook will be. I mean,
if you get
Cook actually won't be that great of a round 1 advance, because like he has to beat Kyron and Barkley and Henry, and he'll be a really good round 2, round 3 advance piece because he'll get 12 or whatever. But yeah, he's actually not that, like, for a second round pick, he's actually like a fairly bad advance piece. Yeah, sort of interesting. FFB Wizard got the cheat start. Barkley Mahomes is just cheating.
That's basically fun. That's very fun. Yeah.
Hate that for us to have to, just to, I'd take 150 of those teams for sure, I think.
I wouldn't, just for the Chiefs might not make the Super Bowl this year, but I do like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, right. Even the haters don't believe that at this point.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, I was gonna say we were gonna get one of my favorites, which is Bills Eagles, but this guy's I knew he was gonna take AJ Brown. All right, we take James Cook, and then you're the sidekick likes JMO over Devonta. I probably like Devonta over JMO. What's your thoughts there?
So I'm drafting on the side, as I said, I'm behind in the gauntlet, so I need to draft while we draft. I'm out of the 101, and I started Allen, Cook, JMO. So happy to go Smith here. Diversify. They're both really good picks. It's more like, who do you want to play to go to the Super Bowl? Is really the primary distinction, I think.
Yeah, the thing with the Eagles is they're like the worst team for tertiary options. Like after Goddard, what is the fantasy point expectation of Calcaterra, Dotson, Johnny Wilson, Kenneth Gainwell, all in a potential Super Bowl? What's
Gainwell might outscore the other guys, like in total.
Yeah,
Gainwell actually has the potential to run for like a touchdown. Sometimes he's in at the goal line. Weirdly,
they use him they do use him in the red zone. Weirdly,
yeah.
I like this, like, oh, you should make fun of this guy for talking about Dotson. Just like with Tanner McKee in there, he did at least show like he is still a wide receiver, like not just like a pure wind sprinter. And people forget Quez Watkins did have 2 separate long touchdowns in this role for the Eagles, which is all it would take. One, Super Bowl, weird game. One long touchdown from Dotson, and he is this year's Juwan Jennings. Very simple.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, I think the thing with the Bills.
This guy already fucked up his Chiefs Eagles start. He already he did the 3 NFC thing. You got it. Well, Starkindler owned him here. Well, actually, he didn't. He didn't.
No, he could add Kelsey if he wanted.
He could add Kelsey. All right. So do you want to add the Lions? Do you want to do Goddard? I think we do Shakir. And then do you want to add Lions as the second team, or do you want to do Goddard? Or Kyron. Second NFC team.
I think we do Shakir.
Is Puka there? No, he's not.
No.
Okay, we do Shakir. When Puka is there, I do love doing Kyron Puka with Bills teams.
I think we do Goddard.
Yeah.
Because you can do like a Tim Patrick or something, but there's not like a lot of other Lions to add.
And now that
the Eagles are so thin.
Now that he's healthy, like there was like a week period where no one wanted Goddard because they're like, oh, Calcaterra. And Calcaterra is one of my most drafted players. Wish I could have some of that back. Yes, Don. I think it's still certainly worth firing. I
think this is the best week to draft.
Yeah.
Like there's some advantage. You're hoping you like hit through like good luck, on kind of the nuts that aren't available later. But you're kind of firing, like, you don't know the seeding. You don't know, like, oh, actually it was a terrible idea to pair Rams and Vikings. Wish I knew that, But there's a chance that the Rams are the ones, or that the Vikings are the 1 seed, and they get out of each other's way a bit. The Rams could have been the 3. So are they the 1 and the 3 or the 4 and the 5? We didn't know. Now we do know, and you can build teams that are like way more coherent. So I have like 2/3 of my gauntlets left to draft that I'm gonna be. I wish I had less just for like time, but
right.
But I think strategy wise, it's fine.
This is a absolutely great thought. Even if the nuts team, the literal nuts team, has been drafted, do you know how much pod luck it takes to get there? That's why you draft 100, like,
and that's why you can kind of draft like similar builds repeatedly, because it will take a lot of luck to get out of your pod, and out of your pod 3 times
to get
to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I didn't do any of this. I didn't do any Bengals. I got like no 49ers or anything, nothing like that. That's a good question. Do we know when the previous playoff best ball winners were drafted? I don't.
No, I'm not sure.
Corain might
I
be
don't.
privy. Yeah.
No, that's a Sack question, but he's in Hawaii.
Kind of a crazy time for sacrilegious to go to Hawaii, honestly.
He does this every year. It's like a family thing, I think. Like,
can you not play DFS outside of the contiguous United States? Can you not play in Hawaii?
I'm not sure like what the legality is, but I think it's like not. He can't lock himself in his little nerd lair.
Yeah.
And hammer away at best ball drafts as well. So
there you go. You can't from
you
Hawaii.
cannot. Okay, so I think then he was. See, that's the move, right? You go. Even if I could, I wouldn't. I'm enjoying nature. Yeah. It's like, yeah, okay, buddy. Okay.
All right. I can't believe it, but I truly am.
Dalton Kincaid, man.
Kincaid over Cooper. That
now,
gives us
Pacheco's kind of interesting here. That Chiefs thing we talked about before.
It gives us a fourth bill. I actually would probably take Bucky here and add another NFC, but he's gone.
Oh,
he's gone. So this is now that there is 100% certainty that the Buccaneers are making the playoffs. The issue with the Commanders is their running back picks are bad.
Right.
Like,
where are you at on Eckler?
I mean, he's back. Like, he's going to play, and that just splits their projection. I just don't want very many of either of them. Like, Gainwell is actually the NFC running back that makes the most. I mean, we're going to have to take Ty Johnson probably on this team as well.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think B-Rob is a particularly good pick. I don't know about worst click on the board. I mean, Shakir is honestly one of the worst clicks on the board, just because just as the wide receiver 10, like Shakir goes ahead of Bateman, Laporta, Ladd, Hollywood, Kincaid. Like, I don't know. He's not very good. Is the issue? Yes.
The thing with Shakir,
yes, that's true.
The thing with Shakir that is nice is that he's unlikely to do the Amari total disappear. Yes. So you show up to a round with Shakir and you're penciled in for like 5 targets. You're going to do something. You're hitting my lineup. And to not have a 0 in this format, that alone is pretty big. Man, I'm building a kind of a shipper over here with my Bills build.
I can't wait to chop it with you in the end. we both arrive with the same 5 Bills players, and there you go. Yeah. So I actually, very unlike BBM, I actually don't really care about this. Mac Nova saying Shakir was going 2 rounds earlier. You can get better teams than now. Again, I just don't really care about this because of how hyper specific what you're going to need in the final round is. Like, you are just going to need the 5 highest scoring players, and either you have them or you don't. You like
Cup.
Cooper, Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm worried about advancing these Bills. Like, they just don't score any points.
They just don't score any points.
I want someone I can talk myself into.
That fantasy game, that Buccaneers Rams game.
Yeah.
That is a very fun. That's the first round matchup, right? Buccaneers
Rams. No. It's Vikings Rams.
Oh my God. I mean, that's a sick fantasy game.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely Ty Johnson. It's Ty Johnson or Gainwell.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, I think either. Ty Johnson's a little easier. Because if the Eagles don't make it, we're fine. The Eagles could be kind of more advanced rate pieces for us in a way.
Yeah. I think this is true. I mean, ADP you should barely care about in this tournament. You should care about it in the sense of knowing what you need to get to build the correct roster.
Right.
But you shouldn't care like, oh, I'm losing so much ADP value versus the market.
I think that's exactly right. I mean, it's tough. Like, there were times where you could build like kind of the nuts of various teams. Like, you could build, I have early teams, but I think they're in the mitten. That's the other thing. Like, when, people that were drafting and happened to get like all the Ravens, I have like Ravens Vikings stuff where I'm like, I remember building a team that was Ravens Vikings, just like those 2 teams only. And I got like the entire rosters of both teams. And I was like, it's Ravens Vikings Super Bowl. Like I've got the nuts, but I think it was in the mitten.
Yeah.
So
well, hey,
some of the glory teams are not always in the tournament. We're even drafting now.
This is actually a great question. On average, how many teams do you think are dead in rounds 2 and 3 and can't field a full 5? It'll certainly depend on who this year's Jake Ferguson is. And is Jake Ferguson on a team that wins or loses? Because last year, Jake Ferguson was the highest scoring mid-round player at wide receiver / tight end. And he was on a team that lost. So let's call Quentin Johnston. His name just happened to be on the screen. Let's say Quentin Johnston is this year's, but the Chargers lose. Or the Chargers win. Let's say the Chargers win. Quentin Johnston goes nuts. That amplifies the amount of teams that is live. Chargers lose that game, whole different ball game. It really is that simple.
That's a big part of it. Now imagine that the Bills have one of those games where Josh Allen goes for like 50 and he brings along a couple pieces and they lose. So like, you get like the Chiefs beat the Bills in the conference championship game, but the Bills go like absolutely nuts, and it's kind of spread out on the Chiefs.
That happened. That 2 years, the 13-second game, it happened. Gabe Davis had 40 points in a loss.
Yeah. I know, it's very, very plausible. So something like, or the Lions, right? The Lions are going to score a bajillion points in a loss. They're not gonna give up, and maybe they throw a pick 6, and that's why they're down. You could see, you could easily see them lose. Someone puts up a lot of points against them, but maybe it's a little spread out on the other side. But pick 6s, no one gets those points, right? Like special teams stuff, no one gets those points for fantasy. The team loses, but they go nuts in a loss. And you just go, you show up in the next round, and like half your pod is just like Lions stacks, and they're completely dead. And they were smart teams. They were sharply built teams, but they're dead now. I think it depends on the way the playoffs go, but there's scenarios where like it's a wasteland.
There are scenarios where you are getting through in like the 1 of 10 round with 4 guys active, if it's the right 4 guys, or scenarios where no team in your 10-man pod can field the full roster.
Beat you. Yeah.
You're
you could be the only team in your entire pod that could field a roster if things break your way.
All right, so 1-4 is a little bit more interesting now that we know the Lions 1 seed. It's just there's more certainty in the line stuff. I'm curious what the kick has us doing. I mean, obviously Jahmyr Gibbs is a pretty good pick.
I think it'll be Gibbs. I think you go Gibbs is a really nice pick from the middle of the board, because you probably get Goff in the second, but then you also have the knowledge of what everyone else did at quarterback. And so if you get a couple of guys who go nuts, if you're in the 3 or 4 and then you have a couple of guys not take a quarterback, you can push Goff to the 3rd now. If you're at the 3, let's say, and it goes Allen, Lamar, now you might be able to get like an Amon-Ra, right? Or, another piece from the AFC that's really interesting.
Well, if this guy takes Hurts and one of the guys behind us issues a quarterback, we can potentially do Goff, St. Brown, or Gibbs, St. Brown, Goff, potentially. Sidekick has Mahomes, but let's try it. Let's try and push it once.
Okay.
I just want to see what happens. And I mean, it's probably not going to work. One of the guys behind us is probably going to take St. Brown, Goff, but
right, we'll probably get boned here, but it's worth giving a shot.
I think if you're going to draft 100% of the, or not 100%, if you're going to draft like I'm going to have 600 playoff best ball teams, you should not every time, but you should occasionally try and do. So, okay, this guy's going to take, so we are going to get screwed. So then we have to decide.
He's going to take Goff. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we're going to have to decide, do we want to do Herbert? Do we want to do Darnold? Do we want to do, because Herbert and Darnold are really the only other teams I can see.
I think we hope for Jefferson here, and we just build out. Build out the Vikings do meet the Lions in 2 weeks, but this time they win.
Yeah. If there was one chief to take in any format where you're concerned about ownership at all, it's Xavier Worthy. It's Worthy by like a lot as the best Chiefs pick for the FFPC style game.
Yeah, yeah. What about Hollywood?
No, I just don't think there's going to be enough raw statistical upside.
He's just helping the offense.
He's just not. He's not going to play. He's not going to run more than 50% of the routes. You know, fuck. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we do Jefferson. And we play. Yeah, so we play for Goff and then Chiefs potentially. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. There you go. I mean, look, man. If ownership, I mean, Crane, you're going to do the Boomer Opto
tonight. We're doing it tonight, actually. Yeah.
Wow, tonight. Okay. So if Kelsey, if he turns back the clock, and if Kelsey is not super popular, you know, like Kelsey's popular, but like it's like some people take Mahomes, some people take Worthy, some people take Pacheco, 3% of people take Hollywood, something like that. You know, one of your idiot buddies takes Noah Gray. Then you get yourself to a spot where maybe Kelsey is actually really, really good.
I think Kelsey in the FFPC contest is going to be like mega chalk.
Yeah.
Like, and probably bad chalk because he's not. I was trying to think through like who else would be kind of chalky. Do you want to take a guess where I landed?
Mahomes or no, Butker kicker
at tight end. At tight end.
Oh, Mark Andrews. Oh, is it Kincaid?
No, I think it's Ertz.
Wow, Ertz Gerald.
I think Ertz will be kind of chalky.
Yeah. I think it's Aaron Jones over Kelsey, by the way, because I don't care about the difference between Kelsey and Worthy that much.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Aaron
no,
Jones,
I think it has to be Jones.
It's got to be Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hurts Saquon is a fun one, but this guy right here, DJ Van Noy. I mean, he's got the nuts.
Mahomes, Saquon, yeah.
Yeah, you want to try and build the unique pairings. The unique pairing is going to be.
Wait, what did that comment say?
Like basically saying what we did is correct. Like you should try and jam.
Yeah.
Like we should try and get Gibbs, St. Brown, Goff some percentage of the time.
Right.
What about Akers and Jones being smaller than Worthy and Kelsey? I mean, yeah. The thing is Jones really needed the bye week because he's got this leg contusion, and now they didn't get it. You know, not great. All right. Sidekick wants us to decide on an AFC team. So the one thing I would say is, do we want to just do the Chargers as our second AFC team?
Yeah. That gives us another out at the quarterback as well.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep. So I think we have to pass on the well, we can even come back.
We could do Addison, but ADP wise, isn't that the move?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. That's better. More over. We got how many days do we have left before this locks? 5 days before this contest locks. I'll stream, I don't know, 8 more times probably. It's going to be a lot more than 7.5, buddy. Sharp money's on the over there at 7.5.
I agree. I mean, I would take the over on your streams as well.
I am. Oh, he meant just this stream. Well, it still might hit. I am not really buying this. I'm gonna let someone else take it, I think.
Well, he's probably missing this week, right? So you're
Harbaugh said he was day to day, but here is the sad reality. Any given game in half PPR, Mark Andrews is like a 45-55 dog to Flowers to just outscore him anyway in half PPR. Not full PPR. On DraftKings, I would be treating this differently. Flowers is much more valuable there. But
you just keep scoring touchdowns. Like that's
you just keep scoring touchdowns, and it's pretty valuable in half PPR. So and you can get you can even end with likely Aguilar, which is like that just gets you to the numbers you need. Yeah. All right. It's definitely Darnold here. We are Well, actually, the guys behind us have no incentive to take Darnold, so we should take Bateman, right?
Yeah, let's grab him.
Yeah. Bateman, man. This feels like a good line, 29.5. So it's like the fifth, the 5-6 turn.
Yeah, I'm mixing him in. I mean, I think it's more.
Yeah,
with
I don't want to
Lamar.
have 0. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more that I want to have Lamar. It's more that I'm like really betting on the Ravens to make the Super Bowl. So if you have Henry and AFC, if you have like a Goff Henry, or you've got Lamar, then all of a sudden Zay becomes a lot more interesting to me because I'm like, he's a Super Bowl piece. He could be huge, but it's almost like he has a bye. I'm treating him like a bye week player, basically.
Yeah. People are saying this more and more. Just Evan's a bad pick now that he faces Lattimore.
Oh, no.
He might get ejected, bro.
Oh,
Are you
no.
worried?
What if he misses? Is he a bad round 2 piece because he's going to be suspended for that game?
Because he's going to be suspended. Shit, dude.
Yeah.
By the way, this is such overreaction on the Packers, man. Jacobs from a 2-3 turn pick now to a 6th round pick.
I think they could beat the Eagles. Is that crazy?
Yeah, no. I think the Eagles are the best NFC team, but the secret about the NFC is that they're all fallible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think the top 3 AFC teams, any game, like weirdly, any game the Ravens, the Chiefs, or the Bills lose, I think is bad luck. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're all so good that them losing would just be bad luck.
I don't know if I agree about the Chiefs, man. I know you're excited. You got them looking better.
They are certainly the 3rd best of those teams. That is 100% true. But they have the advantage at head coach. They have the advantage at quarterback, and that makes up for a lot of other mistakes or a lot of other differences. I guess 2 through 53 on your roster when you have the best coach and the best quarterback.
That's true. That's indisputably true.
And look, now we're gonna get Likely because no one behind us is gonna take Hawkinson. So now
okay.
We're gonna end up with another Raven anyways.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And we missed out on what's his dick, McConkey. So now we take Herbert, and you know what we do?
No, I don't think we need Herbert. I think we're playing Vikings to the Super Bowl, man.
Don't you want to add in you know what? We don't even have the numbers to make a Charger Super
Let's go
Bowl
Hawk
anyway.
Yeah, let's go Hawk.
Yeah, okay. You're right. Yeah, when you miss on McConkey. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Vikings to the Super Bowl is like, I still think very plausible. It's funny how like things are really swinging.
Yeah, you watch it's so funny. Like you literally you just see Sam Darnold play this bad game that if you saw this bad game in September, you wouldn't even remember.
Yeah.
But you saw it. I think I might like Eckler over B-Rob actually for these. I think that's where I'm at. Feels like of the two guys, B-Rob much more likely for a 12, but Eckler much more likely for a 19. Agree or disagree?
I don't know. I think they're pretty similar. Like because B-Rob can get used around the goal line.
B-Rob had a game this year with 2 touchdowns and 16 points on Underdog scoring.
Okay. Yeah, you've won me over.
So it's not even his fault. His production is more influenced with the type of quarterback he plays with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Overreaction on the Packers in general from the most recent 2 weeks it's pretty bad. They're a very good team.
They're a good team, yeah. And but here's the thing about the Eagles. You know, it's a little bit like the Packers used to be when they had Rodgers, or sometimes like the 49ers have been. Man, I was just thinking Cam Akers is kind of a good pick right now. We have Jones though, so
that's fine. That's no different than taking James Cook and Ray Davis.
Yeah, you're right.
Aaron Jones gets you there. He hurts his knee.
Well, honestly, Cam Akers gets you because we have
Cam Akers gets you there.
Cam Akers gets you there week 1 because we have Gibbs. So actually,
Yep.
Akers is kind of a nice pick for this
Wait,
team.
we're almost like, dude, Aaron Jones, dude, take the wild card round off.
Yeah,
brother.
take it off, man. Akers can carry the load. Akers looked good.
Yes, if Akers broke that touchdown run, if he scored instead of getting tackled on the 5. It's on ship chasing tonight, correct?
Ship chasing tonight. Yeah, we're doing the Boomer Opto reveal. And Hassan says he has a spicy take. He said it's pseudo spicy. But
Hassan is like a fucking hot take artist, man.
He really is.
He will just be in the ship chasing Discord, just dropping shit that even I'm like, dude, I don't know about that.
I mean, talk about that's respect right there. Davis Mattek respects your hot take ability.
I'm taking Kincaid here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Kincaid is a sick pick here.
Look what happened to you, man. What happened to you? You used to believe in things.
All right, I'm taking Noah Gray. I'm taking Justin Watson.
Honestly, Naylor would have been a pretty good pick there as a continued bet on the Vikings.
Yeah. So the tool I'm using here, go AZ cards, Charles. This is the Legendary Upside Sidekick. You can purchase that at legendaryupside.com. You guys know, not always a big tools guy. I'm maxed on mittens, brother. Oh no, I'm not, because they just launched another one.
They just launched another one, yeah.
We're doing the gauntlet. I have, let's see, how many do I have to do? 91.
Yeah, I'm right behind you. I'm at like 96. Yeah.
The difference between me and you is I can enter into the matrix and I could draft like 4 of these at a time without making a mistake.
Why do you think I can't do that? It's so rude.
Because you don't. You do like 3 at a time.
I do 5 at a time. Mittens. I do 5 mittens at a time.
That's the thing. So I do 3. I do 3 at a time for the gauntlet, 5 at a time for the mitten.
I do 2 at a time gauntlet. If I do more than that, I tend to be like, oh, these suck.
So mine, when I do multiple gauntlets, I don't find that there's any decrease in quality, but I find that I tend to basically just do a total paint by numbers team. There will be no artistry. There will be no
that's exactly it. Yeah.
There it wouldn't be like, TJ Hawkinson is a really good advance rate pick with this. It's just nope. They're all statistically correct.
There's no when you think about it. This is actually a really sharp pick because I didn't think about it.
Because I didn't think about it. I just made sure sure that I stayed on track.
Right. Now I'm at a 6 hole in the one I'm doing, and I did the old Barkley Mahomes.
Dude, Barkley Mahomes is the nuts.
It is pretty fun.
All right, we'll do Ravens, right? Ravens, good?
Yeah, I think Ravens.
Yeah. This is not fair, man. People, when you're a streamer, people really try and emphasize your mistakes. They're like, dude, you can't believe you did that. Go find one draft on this channel where I didn't have 5 guys for the Super Bowl. Not gonna say not gonna say every draft I do is perfect, because obviously that would be insane. But I'm not out here. I mean, how about the David Montgomery misclick that came all the way around to back where he's currently positionally being drafted? How about that one?
Honestly, though, that is a very funny comment. He's actually giving you credit. You don't make any more mistakes when you, you just do it faster. It's a backhanded compliment.
Stat, I'm sure you are trying to just be a good guy here, but believe it or not, it's actually not super ideal to be drafting with people who can literally see your queue. Like, it's fine and it's not that big of a deal, but I'm not actively trying to encourage it.
Man.
Like, the tool that this guy's using is telling him to take AJ Brown, so I better make sure to take AJ Brown.
But he's not giving me enough time to get in his drafts.
Dude, the one with, the Vaki one, you guys are all, there we go. SWHWC, Barkley Mahomes. Free.
It's pretty nice.
You guys laugh, but just knowing that I'm going to have a Lions running back active in the Super Bowl. Guess who's not going to be active in the Super Bowl? Anyone who clicked Jamar Jefferson. Sidekick is back on JMO.
I like Jefferson here.
I like Jefferson too, just because you're getting his points in round 1.
Yeah.
And if Sam Darnold does, clean the house with Sage and get rid of his ghosts, is there anyone you're going to want to have in playoff best ball more than Justin Jefferson?
No, he's going to smash. He's going to absolutely smash.
Yeah. And then we're going to be able to get Mandrews here anyway.
Yep.
The Ravens, I don't know. The Ravens, like in an eventuality where they make the Super Bowl, they're even better than the Bills because all their guys score fantasy points. Like they all score fantasy points. It's not just the quarterback.
Yeah.
I think over under for me for the next 5 days, Steelers drafted 0. I mean, I might take Warren on a Chiefs team where I just need like 11 points.
On DraftKings. I think on DraftKings with PPR.
Dude, he's better on DraftKings. Here's the thing, dude. I'm not going to have the time to do DraftKings.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do the gauntlet first and get it in, but once I'm done, we're kind of to take a little breather. This is where I'm at. I didn't leave myself enough room to draft. So for a breather from Underdog Playoff Best Ball, I'm gonna draft DraftKings teams.
All right. I mean, that's fair. I just like it's much harder for me to multi-table, and I'm basically going to be multi-tabling for the next how many hours is in a week? 96-ish hours. I'll be multi-tabling just all the time. I have to after this.
It is harder to multi-table over there.
After this, I have to shovel my driveway. Probably not going to be able to multi-table shoveling my driveway, sadly.
No.
Big board's coming, brother. Okay. Aaron Jones, or alternatively, can I sell you on Bucky Mike Evans?
You can sell me. We do need a running back in the Super Bowl, but we could always go.
His name is Justice Hill. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm down. Let's go Evans first, or who has the higher ADP? No.
I think Bucky's ADP is fake. Like it takes a little while. I mean, this guy could very easily snap off Mike Evans.
We could still go Aaron Jones though if he does.
We could, but I think he's actually going to stay in his lane. I think he is going to he might take Aaron Jones actually. I just don't. Pickens, man. Is there a less reliable wide receiver one on this planet than George Pickens? Yeah, he took Aaron Jones. So we're going to snap Evans here. So we have got Lamar Jackson, Bucky Irving, Justin Jefferson, Mark Andrews, Mike Evans.
It's tough with Pickens because like you can get Nico pretty late now. You can get Sutton. You can get McLaurin. They're all going ahead of Pickens, I know, but they're not going early. I guess McLaurin's moving up, but Nico you can get. Like I'm sitting in this draft 7-8 turn, and I think Nico will be available. Just pretty late.
Yeah. Dude, the payout structure for the Boomer challenge on FFPC. I mean,
what is it? I didn't see it yet.
500K to first. 500K to first. Just guess 10th place. Just that information. That's all you can do.
5K.
7K.
Oh my god.
Dude, 5th place is 12.5K. 5th.
Oh god. That is so tilting. So tilting.
Oh, it's so funny, man. Like you can complain about underdog payouts. I'm not even saying not to, but that it's not even in the same division. No. See, and I do like this what the sidekick does when you have the Ravens. It knows you're not playing them until later. Although, man, I could maybe be tempted into another Packer here, or another NFC team here.
Well, I mean, Hawk is pretty nice for the
Hawk is what we need. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll see what it does after that. It won't even be 3 points probably in
No, it's like a quarter of a point sometimes.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a point is gonna separate you from $500,000.
And it can be so frustrating too because you're like you have basically the nuts, but someone like flipped kickers on you and
Yep.
now has you covered. And
Yep.
so you're like, you can't get first. I'm
What's
already
the
fucking tilted.
what's the best FFPC finish you've had?
We
For
haven't even
playoff
finished
stuff.
that high. It's all Slansky bucks for us. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
we've had like some okay finish. I don't know. We have not really made noise, despite what I think might be our biggest edge in any contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was well, you want to talk about layers upon layers. I was very live 2 years ago, the Chiefs bye week year, the 40 or the Eagles Super Bowl. I was giga
Should we get a Hill here? It's too late.
It's too late. I mean, it doesn't matter.
He's the guy we can't lose.
Well, might be too late. Damn, I should have. I wasn't. Keaton Mitchell, by the way, did you see Keaton Mitchell on passing downs?
Yeah, that's true. You do have that other out.
If you are a member of the channel, all you have to do is link your YouTube account to Discord, and you will automatically be added in. If you have any trouble, you can send me a direct message on Discord or on Twitter, and I will sort you out. But you should immediately be added once you link it in. 2 years ago in the NFFC, the noted controversial NFFC postseason Hold'em Challenge, I was super live going into the final, and just whatever didn't get exactly what I needed, but had a top 10 team with all the right Eagles Chiefs multipliers, and I can't remember if it was like I needed the Kelsey. Well, it's been so long. I mean, that's 500 bad beats ago, But oh, it was that I had Kelsey as the 4x multiplier. And he was super low owned as the 4x, but he like had just like a mediocre Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or whatever.
I'm thinking through the Boomer Opto for tonight, and it's I think the tricky part is figuring out like what teams people are gonna like feel really comfortable full fading, because there's
Steelers, Texans.
Steelers, yes. Texans, yes. The vibes on the Texans are so bad. But
the NFC side though is really because Bucky versus Evans. Who do you pick?
I think you're gonna pick Evans because there's lots and lots of running backs to pick. I think you're
Kyron Puka.
I think you go Puka because you get Henry. He's an easy click. If you're not taking Lamar, you're going to go Henry. Saquon's such an easy click. No one's going to click AJ Brown. AJ Brown will be huge leverage, I think.
Sneaky quarterback, Herbert.
I mean, sneaky quarterback might be Hurts.
Look, I'll just tell you this. No fucking chance in hell. I think we just take Josh Jacobs here, man. I mean, this is crazy. I know it's another NFC.
How advanced?
We have Bucky and Justice Hill as our running backs.
Sure.
We have a full Baltimore Super Bowl. Like the Super Bowl is covered. We get well.
And we have Vikings.
Yeah. So because we have Lamar, Jefferson, Andrews, Bucky, Mike Evans.
We have one more though. We can take an Aguilar.
I was gonna say we could take Aguilar.
Yeah. Let's do that so we have the full thing covered. But then I don't mind breaking the rules there for Jacobs because I mean, God, he could score so many points in round one.
He was a legit 3rd round pick 2 days ago.
Yeah. And they could win that game. So you're getting another game from him, and then with the Vikings are the 5th seed, so they wouldn't play.
Sure. I mean that I'm letting the sidekick do that for me.
Right.
That is
that's fine.
That's above my, and the Packers, by the way, should be dropping less because their wide receiver tree just got condensed.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna draft here with Pete. Pete's out of the 2-hole.
Oh my God, Pete finally joining it. Pete finally joining us mortals. I mean, my God. Pete, nothing Pete loves to do than make me feel stupid for drafting on the platform that he is an endorser of and I believe small investor in,
No, I think he is, yeah.
like Pete being like, dude, how dare you draft 500 playoff best ball teams? And I'm like, dude, this is literally your job is the opposite of this. You should be telling me to draft more.
All right, man, this is tough.
So here's a very sneaky one. You want to talk about combos people don't have? Charlie Collar, brother.
I think we draft one of the receivers, Wallace or
now that Flowers is banged up, it's definitely the receivers.
Yeah.
But before, I just taking a little bit of Collar, dude. I'm woke. I'm woke to Charlie Collar.
Okay. I mean, like Tez Walker even would be Collar.
We don't even need to talk about Tez Walker, brother. Tez Walker is in the slappy opto. Like we have the boomer opto. Tez Walker comes preloaded in the boomer opto or the slappy.
I think we should start a campaign for like real comps in this year's rookie class where we just start comping people to like Tez Walker and Jalen Hyatt. And like all these guys who like the way these dudes actually turn out. Cedric Tillman would be a good real comp.
Crane, that could be our bit. Like this year when we do our shows, we could just be like, yeah, Shadur Sanders has real upside, kind of as like a 57% completion rate Malik Willis. That's actually not even fair. That's not even fair at all. A more mobile Andy Dalton would be like a really good shitter outcome. Yeah, something like
Teddy
that.
Bridgewater, but he doesn't tear his knee.
Teddy Bridgewater, but that's actually a great. Do you steal that from someone?
I kind of stole that from. I think Connor Rogers is where I stole that from. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is.
You're like it was too good. You immediately. Yeah, no, I stole that.
Yeah. Not that you stole it, but I know you don't watch college football, so you wouldn't even have had that much experience watching Shitter play.
No, I don't have that much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah, this guy's the next Chris Conley. I mean,
yes, Mac Nova, exactly.
Stuff like that. Yeah,
guys who have had long careers but never really made an impact for fantasy.
Like Luther Burden could be a good post-Steeler Juju Smith-Schuster without a knee injury.
Luther Burden, I see shades of Anthony Schwartz.
Oh, how about Anthony Miller? Anthony Miller, Luther Burden that is just accurate. That is just
Miller. Like, it might be good.
I think that was an always was situation.
He seems. Think a little bit shades of Jermaine Burton.
All right, this is the strategy spot. Do you take Mahomes? Do you take Barkley? What do you do?
I think we take Amon-Ra. Because he fits with either quarterback.
I'm overriding. I'm going to try and get the nut start once.
All right.
We haven't gotten it yet.
Over on this draft, I just got Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Goff.
Yeah. Here's the issue with Luther to Debo is Debo used to be made of dog, just had dog on every surface, and Luther Burden very low dog.
I'm not hearing a lot I like about Luther Burden.
Luther Burden got outproduced. He got outproduced by Theo Wees, who's a fifth-year transfer from the University of Oklahoma.
Great. Seems perfect.
Yeah. Not ideal. Is a Barkley Henry Mahomes start good? Is it? I guess it's really good for advancing. It's really good for advancing. Yeah.
No, because round 2 it'll be Bills Ravens.
Yes.
So it's a conference championship play too. Yeah, it's a great start.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're in. Yeah, the Mahomes Barkley start, man. I mean, you guys can just go ahead and send me my theoretical dollars right here. I'm not there yet. My studying is literally like my analytical studying of these guys is literally starting today.
I did it over the weekend. I should have drafted more of these teams, but I kind of got like the bug for the rookies.
Same.
So I did a little bit of the the research for the rookies over the weekend.
Corain, next week, let's do our first rookie wide receiver video.
I'm down.
Okay. I'm worthy over Kelsey.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I probably have so much more right now, so let's go the other way. I probably have this combination of team 2-1 with Worthy over Kelsey, and I would probably prefer it the other way. Not the other way, but I'd prefer it to be a little bit closer. Yeah, I was literally just doing research this morning on a second monitor that I need to get and the capture card I need to get so that I can start streaming video games on Twitch. All right, so we can do both, or Crane, we can add our second NFC team, Puka, Kyron. Thoughts?
Man,
it's hard to pass on getting the nutted Chiefs, but
let's go Worthy, man. Let's go Worthy and play for the later rounds. It is very difficult to pass on the Puka Kyron stuff, though.
Yeah. I right now all I play is NCAA 25, and I don't even play it well. I don't even play online. I play a dynasty mode. I just upped the difficulty to the highest level, and I just get fucking smoked by the computer, just murdered by the computer. But the primary video game I've spent my adulthood playing is FIFA. I didn't buy it this year, Corain, because I'm self-employed and I couldn't afford to lose 20 hours a week to video games. So I was just like, I just can't even have it in the house. It's like Oreos. Like I can't have Oreos.
No, dude. I haven't had a video game system. I had an old Xbox 360 sitting around for a while, but I basically haven't had a video game system set up in my house for years because I will play. I love video games.
If you are self-employed, you cannot have a video game system in the house, really.
It's death, man. They're too good. The games are too good.
They're so immersive.
Yeah.
If it's a sports game, you could just put your headphones on and just listen to a podcast. It's just unbelievable. All right, we did lose Puka and Kyron. We also lost Bucky. What about taking Dobbins and setting up the Chargers?
Is McConkey available or not?
He's gone.
Yeah, I like it less. We could go Evans. We could do both. Because we just need some advanced pieces now. Yeah,
Evans
has a higher ADP as well.
Yeah, what we could do is we can even wait, and we can do our final 2 picks as Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
We could do Pirine, Noah Gray if absolute need be.
Yeah.
So we took Dobbins. So now and Evans went shit.
Yeah.
Oh well, we take Goddard. Goddard has to be Goddard.
Goddard's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, you are looking at my business. This is my business model: is drafting playoff best ball teams in front of strangers online. That's
as fun as this is, not as fun as video games.
It's not as fun. It's not as fun. It's not as fun as recruiting some fictional 17-year-old from Massachusetts to be your starting strong safety at the University of Wisconsin.
Did Bimefo ever tell you about his when he tried to fix the Saints on Madden? He did career mode with the Saints, and he gave up. Couldn't fix them. It's like the salary cap. It's just too. It's too.
The salary cap machinations are too. You would have to just let all of the salary expire. You'd have to just lose.
That's what he did. I mean, that's what he was doing. I think he had just an absurd roster. I think he had like, Kendre was crushing, but like he was just like, you can't, it's like, it's taking way too long to dig out. Like, I can't do it.
Now,
It's
on
pretty
this
good.
team, Pat, whom do we take as our second quarterback? Because we can still add another NFC team. So we could do like Hawkinson, Darnold, or do we do?
I think we go Terry. I think we go
QJ?
Terry Jaden. Or did Terry just go? God damn.
Terry's gone.
Okay. That was a great idea I had there. I think Herbert makes the most sense because we can get Quentin Johnston.
Or Hawk Darnold.
I think given that we already have Dobbins, I prefer Herbert because Darnold and Herbert are close.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. If I went all in on video game streaming and really promoted myself, I probably could. Well, I don't know. I'm not very good at video games, so that seems like a bit of a limiting factor.
Yeah, I mean, like we're good at this.
QJ, gotta be.
Yeah, QJ. Yeah. QJ makes a lot of sense.
14 targets yesterday, dude. Free. All right. This is a weird ass team. This just proceeded in a weird way.
So we got. Let's look at it. Barkley, Mahomes, Kelsey Worthy. Okay.
Dobbins, Goddard, Herbert, QJ.
Well, because we're very clearly playing for the Eagles Chiefs. Because we didn't spend on like the Noah Grays. I mean, I guess we could, but we don't have a Chiefs running back, so we really need the Eagles specifically to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah. All right, not a limiting factor. I'm allowed to be bad at the game. All right, good to know. The people are they can't wait for me to fire up NCAA 25 and lose to the computer and scum save and restart the game when I'm about to lose, restart the console, just boot it back up. Oh yeah. If I'm playing like Wisconsin and I'm doing a Wisconsin one right now. Like I'm about to lose to Alabama. And it's like unjust. The computer's like unjustly about to beat me.
Mm-hmm.
Shutting it off.
I respect it. Kareem Hunt's pretty nice here.
Yeah. Kareem Hunt, round 9, a lot better than Samaj P. Ryan, round 10.
Yep. So advancement-wise, we've got Barkley, Herbert, Dobbins, Goddard, QJ.
I've got better permutations, but Quentin Johnston, you want to talk about a guy for us to be like, dude, remember how Quentin Johnston ruined playoff best ball in 2025?
And then Noah Gray actually makes that's a complete Chiefs Super Bowl.
Yep.
So do we want to play it? Yeah, and it's like Disley versus or Hawk. We could do Hawk as an advance rate piece. Second realistic Super Bowl. Yeah, he's still there.
Bang. No, but Tyler Van Dyke is actually the worst video game quarterback I've ever used. And I play because everyone knows this playing video games for football. You need a mobile quarterback. You just need to be, because sometimes that you just don't want to throw an interception. So you just got to scramble and break the pocket. Like, I mean, obviously we've all done this since like bad 2004 when Vic was on the cover.
Yeah.
So having a quarterback who just like cannot move, it's just like, oh my God, just kill me. I don't even want to play. I don't even want to play this. It's terrible. All right. That was a weirdo team. That was an example of like, had I been drafting that team on my phone, doing 4 other ones, I don't even know. That team would have ended with, well, you know what I would have done? I would have done the Puka Kyren. Just because it's so straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah, that team's a little thin to get through, but I like that we went Hawk because now you've got an Eagles or Vikings Super Bowl. Now you need it to be one of those two or you won't have 5. But Chiefs are going to be hard to get through, man.
Chiefs are going to be hard to get through. Lions are going to be hard to get through. Yeah.
I don't think Lions will be hard to get through. Lions are going to score a lot of points.
Oh, I thought you were talking about wild card round. Yes. Chiefs are going to be hard to get through.
Yeah, like Chiefs are going to be like you in round 2. I have Chiefs. I'm like, well, shit. This team's dead.
We do forget this. We are going to get 27 points from Barkley in round 1.
That's true. Yeah,
Top 100 in NCAA 2005.
Wow.
That's
Damn, dude.
Crazy.
Congrats.
Wow. My dude, hey. Look, this is a free deal for you guys. If you don't like ads, you can literally go watch this exact same show on Twitch without ads, and you all already have Amazon Prime. All right, you want to do Lamar? We have not done a Hurts yet. Do you want to do a Hurts one, or you just want to run Lamar again?
Hurts is. I'd rather do Lamar, to be honest. The
Ravens
you
teams
get with Hurts are so tough.
The Ravens teams are so appealing for their Super Bowl run.
They're good, man. They're good.
Yeah. I really 1 out of every 25 drafts probably I get sniped and just try and get my money back.
You maybe
not
can't
even
recoup
that.
your entry though.
Yeah, you only get what is it, $15 back?
I think 20, 25.
Yeah.
So like I would say to the extent that you can avoid it, don't play to recoup your entry, play to do something a little weird that's unlikely to happen, but if it does happen, now you have the nuts. So now play for the Commanders to make a run, play for the Bucks to make a run, play for the Broncos to make a run. Like that's better than trying to recoup your entry, because there's a chance that like the Commanders would probably be the best example, because like they could easily beat the Bucks, and then they go probably to the Lions, but the Lions defense lets up a lot of points. So it's possible. I'm not playing for it, but like if the room forces me off of what I want to do, then I'll go do something weird, or maybe I have the nuts.
Yeah, I am. Crutches sent me a DM and he said, "You're gonna be drafting anyways. Draft the gauntlet. We'll split it when you win $200,000. Is that what it is for first? $200,000. So
I think so. Yeah.
Looking forward to making Crutches richer. Looking forward to making myself richer. Yeah, can't wait. Pete just is not in it for the love of the game. Pete is just. This is how you know Pete is rich. Is that he just does not have. He just does not have the love for the game, man. He's not in the trenches, dude. He just I don't know why. He just is not. He's just not willing to be in the trenches.
You're going Windhorst on Pete with his drafting.
Do you want?
He's not drafting that much.
JMO or Jefferson?
I mean, it's tough not to take Jefferson, isn't it?
It's tough. It's just, especially knowing now that he's playing in round 1.
Right. And he's still very plausible to be in the Super Bowl.
Pete finished first in the double doink, which is just so goddamn funny. Yeah. It's you know what? Great point. Awesome. Pete just wins. Pete just wins with less drafts. It's true.
That kind of is his move, yeah. Andrews. This team builds itself, man. Let's go, Andrews.
It does. That's so when you're drafting multiple of these on the phone, you love to get the 2-hole, because you're like, well, that team I could just pretty much draft it by number. I pretty much already know what it's going to be. It's the Ravens paint by numbers team.
By the way, little sidekick, Alpha from the tool kind of directed me. The Lions and the Bucks pair very nicely.
Yeah.
3 seed, they'll play the 2 seed most likely if they win. So you get out of each other. They're out of the paths are different from the Lions. They're going to meet in the conference championship if they both get there.
I love it. Yeah. Does Pete get the goat horns? Does Pete get the goat horns on Underdog for winning the double doink? People are asking it.
He should. Doesn't it count?
There you go. He does.
There you go. Good.
There you go. Do your goat horns have to renew You have to win. Do you have to win once a year?
That seems a lot to ask, you know. Plus they're goat horns. Like, if the idea of the goat is that you kind of like live on, you know, it's a legacy thing, you know.
Did they give you the goat horns, or
They
was
didn't give me
that
anything.
before?
The belt, Liam, except for $2 million. But Liam asked for. Liam asked for a ring. You know, they gave him a ring. I guess I could have put in a request. I didn't.
Okay. Do you want Jordan Addison, or do you want to do Bateman?
Addison.
Yep, I agree. By the way, Liam is doing this new great bit where he just simply does no thumbnail. Have you seen
thumbnail?
this?
No.
It's a static image, dude.
Wow.
You got to see this. It's great. Liam's most recent, he's not done. He just is doing no thumbnail. Hold on, I gotta make my pick. Yeah, Bateman here, right?
Bateman for sure.
Or Bucky. Or Kyron. Bateman will maybe come to us because we have all the Ravens.
Do we have a running back yet? Maybe Bucky.
Yeah, I think Bucky.
Let's get Bucky. Bucky could be like such an advance rate hammer.
Such an advance rate hammer.
You can run all over the Commanders.
Yeah. Liam's he's going thumbnail, dude. Not me. I don't need it. And look, his views are up.
You know what? I've done no thumbnail a couple times just as like I didn't have time to request the thumbnail, so I'm like, just gonna throw the video up there with that one.
Yeah.
You know, I get the video up. I'm with Liam, and like, if you got a video but you don't got a thumbnail, then you should post the video. You know,
it's definitely it's definitely better to upload a video with no thumbnail than not do a video
right
at all. Yeah.
And you know, you see the quality of his thumbnails. He has a guy, like, he doesn't want to like not use that guy if he's not available, you know.
Well, yeah, don't even talk to me about Sam. Sam is a whole different brand of thing going on. Sam's no thumb, but Sam does have a thumbnail, just not in the way you think. I am not dunking on Liam. I'm literally, until last week, Liam had more YouTube subscribers than me. And so there's definitely a lesson.
No, I'm not dunking. I'm saying I do the same thing. I throw them up there. Yeah. Now, can I have a little fun with the thumbnails? Yeah, sure. I think I can. You know, it's all love.
Gibbs is not the 101. Gibbs, it's still Allen. All right, we're in a kind of weird spot here.
I think Lamar has a stronger case than Gibbs. If you're gonna, but
yeah.
I want my Allen, so I take him.
Do you want? I think we do. I think Likely is the more important pick here.
Or Justice Hill. Justice Hill's the guy we can't live without.
God, isn't playoff best ball the best? Justice Hill and Kenneth Gainwell are the most important people on the earth.
Yeah, you have to have Hill in this build, I think. So yeah. I just take him.
You would think that, but my channel, this most recent, Likely or Hawkinson, it wants us to take Likely now. It's definitely Likely.
Yeah, I think it's Likely.
Yeah. Likely.
I mean, Likely and Andrews are both better round one picks now, and then you get your Ray. It's always nice to just have additional pieces with your quarterback because they are going to be in the Super Bowl, so you don't have to worry about, you know.
Yes, I do. I literally do a weekly stream with Liam. You know, it's that is true.
But why do you keep dunking on him, man? Quit dunking on him.
It's just kind of what we do. We kind of dunk. We kind of dunk back and forth at each other. I had a point that I was about to make, and then I completely lost it. Bummer. Whatever. Gibbs not the 101 though. It's definitely Allen. Maybe Lamar, honestly.
In a different environment, he could easily be the 101. Like, imagine that for some reason the quarterbacks just like went in the 3rd and 4th round. Then Gibbs would be like an awesome 101. Barkley would be the 102, maybe the 101 as well. Like, you could argue for Barkley. But it's just like The way it worked out is you get locked out a quarterback pretty easily. So
wait for when they do playoff the wild card round or a divisional round after next week on Monday. Then Gibbs could maybe be the 101 when you're locked into.
yes.
Well, no, actually, quarterbacks become even more.
They become even more scarce. Yeah.
Yeah. So never mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's less the buy and more the getting the high scoring quarterback with really good odds of making the Super Bowl, who doesn't have a bye. That's like there's only 3 of those guys, and kind of 2.5 with Hurts. I mean,
I think McMillan is better. Adds another viable Super Bowl than Hawkinson.
Well, isn't it our third, or we only have the Vikings?
No, we have Bucky.
Oh, we have Bucky. Okay, yeah, McMillan's good. Over Hawk, I mean, who has the higher ADP?
We could probably get both.
Okay.
Their ADPs are like the same now.
Identical. All right. Hawk goes.
Of course. I had a lot of I drafted a ton. I drafted a ton of Vikings Chiefs, and so I wasn't that sad to see the Vikings lose that game.
Yeah. I know. I drafted all my Lions like they had the bye, basically. I had probably like 4 or 5 teams in the portfolio that didn't, but
all right. So now we have to decide, do we want an AFC one-off piece? Because we can take any we want. We could take Nico. We could take Quentin Johnston. Or do we want to snap off Aguilar or Tylan Wallace?
I think it makes more sense. Well, we can get that guy late. Maybe let's grab Nico, and we can get that extra.
I agree.
Raven later.
I like an extra, especially on Raven stuff, because it's going to be like the Ravens combos are going to be so non-unique. Like Chiefs teams, very unique. Like we get a Chiefs Lions Super Bowl. Oh my God, Chiefs Lions Super Bowl. There are 1,000 permutations of those teams drafted, but how many of them advanced all the way? They're going to get Chiefs Lions. You could get a unique Super Bowl winner. You really could.
For sure. I mean, not only would you get a unique Super Bowl winner potentially, but like there might be like 10 teams in the whole tournament that are really competing in the final. Especially like how high scoring was the NFC the NFC and the AFC loser.
Yeah.
If it's like Eagles put up a bunch of points in a loss, Bills put up a bunch of points in a loss, or Ravens put up a bunch of points in a loss, like there's not going to be that many of those teams.
I'm trying to think of what would the most duped Super Bowl be? Eagles, Bills, maybe. Ravens, Vikings.
Ravens, Vikings would be
Vikings.
massively duped. Yeah,
massive dupe.
Which is a reason we should take Aguilar or Wallace here and get that extra differentiator.
Kalar, man, you want to talk about?
Yeah, sure. We can take Kalar.
Yeah,
honestly, it's a case for Kalar.
A Keaton Mitchell or
Keaton Mitchell
or anyone.
Don't we need the running back help a little bit more? Yeah, let's do Keaton.
We only have Bucky and Justice. Keaton Mitchell. By the way, I've never mentioned this or tweeted this before, but how much does everyone who plays these games on the phone hate this guy? Brennan Eagles.
Oh man, yeah.
How often do you guys see this guy's name and you go, enough already? Like how often do you say, all right, thanks, man. Thanks, Brennan.
And he's not like on a team. So he doesn't really need to be in the pool.
Yeah. He went to he was a okay college receiver. He went to the University of Texas, but we get it. We get it, Brennan.
He's just hanging out, you know?
Yeah. His
wiki says he has been a member of the Cowboys, Philadelphia Stars. He might not even be in the league, dude.
No, I think he's a UFL player. Yeah. What? On DK, you can't even search by team. I took Keaton.
Yeah. Keenan's ideal.
All right, let's do at least one more before we get out of here. I gotta go shovel the drive. What do you guys have on Legendary Upside this week?
I'm gonna be doing some streams. Is the plan? This kind of subbed out. This is one of the streams that I wanted to do this week. So
okay, cool.
But we'll do some playoff best ball streaming. I'll try to get on with Kyle and Chris and that crew and do some of these as well.
Not Sack though. Not Sack.
Sack's in Hawaii. He's in Hawaii.
Sack would never lock in and help you draft.
No, he's hanging out, man. He's touching some grass, It is bad because I bet by Wednesday or Thursday I could convince him to jump on.
Oh, Wednesday, you could do it right now. You could text him right now and be like, "Dude, I need you to get on your phone. I need you to find a hotspot. I need you to be like the nerdy brother from the first season of White Lotus. Get in a closet and just lock in with me and draft some playoff best ball winners." And he would be like, "Say less, King. I'm there."
It's crazy. We don't take enough time to appreciate just being out here I gotta go.
Yeah, I really like Puka and Kyron at this turn. I think it's pretty strong. Absolutely.
He's got because Zach's so good at putting the new puzzle together. There's some combo that neither one of us has thought of that he's just dying to get.
Oh yeah, it's only 9 a.m. in Hawaii right now. We could really easily get him on at 5-6 a.m.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's true.
Half a day in paradise and he's ready for more playoff baseball.
I bet he did love seeing what grass is for the very first time. Just being like, wow.
No, it's you ever see the videos where they put the babies on grass and they're like, ah! Babies have some weird babies. It's interesting.
I'm not woke to baby's phobia of grass.
Google it. Pull it up. Let's show the people. The babies have some aversion to grass. It's like a thing. It's built into their.
They don't like grounding, dude.
Grounding? What do you mean?
Oh, you don't know about grounding? There's this whole wackadoodle RFK thing of
is barefoot stuff?
Yes, you need to discharge the electricity discharge the electricity from your body.
Yeah, great.
Into the ground.
Well, at least he's not in charge of anything. Anyway, the grounding. Okay. Well, they don't like grounding. They don't like grounding.
They don't want to ground. All right.
They don't want to ground.
My little nieces and nephews love running around in the yard. Is this babies only?
It's babies. It's little babies, and I think it's because once they're toddlers and they understand this is safe, but it's some sort of aversion built in where I think they just are freaked out by plants. Plants could be poison.
just by the concept.
Yeah, anything it that looks like a plant. They're I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. You try to put a baby down on grass, it'll be it gets its feet all high and doesn't want to do it.
That's really funny. I don't know why. That just really tickles me.
It probably saves some babies early on. That's the way it works. It saves one baby, and then it's great. Put it in the DNA, lock it in. We'll use it for everyone.
Right. Cook Jefferson. Where do we get our ideas?
Yeah.
It's so straightforward, dude. Josh Allen gets 31, James Cook gets 17, Justin Jefferson gets 20. Good luck advancing out of any pod that has been drafted this week. I mean, truly, you're just toast. I guess that's why it's 2 out of 6 in the first round. I guess.
Yeah.
Because
Benny says the baby's it's lava. It's lava. No, you're right. It's gonna be tough to advance this week.
That's so interesting.
I know. I want you to pull it up so that people can see.
No, dude, that's so bad. That's so bad for the algorithm, Crane.
You're gonna get demonetized because of babies?
No, I don't think I'm gonna get demonetized. I think I am. That'll be a massive. When I check my analytics later, it'll be 47% of viewers left at this moment. Why?
I don't know. I think On chip chasing, we would already have watched it several times. So that's
ship chasing, different audience. There's a big overlap between people who watch me and watch ship chasing, but I know from looking at all the research and stuff, it's definitely not 1-to-1. I pull in a lot of people who watch DFS. Like I know from vidIQ, I pull in a lot of people who watch like Stochastic and Roto Grinders and things like that. Just kind of interesting. Neither here nor there. I mean, obviously the biggest upset loss would be the Broncos beating the Bills. I mean, that would just be that would
shake.
That because then the Ravens would basically get a walkover.
Uh-huh.
No disrespect intended to the Denver Broncos, although some disrespect intended to the Broncos. And Chiefs, what would, if the Bills lost, what would the Chiefs Super Bowl equity go to without having played a game?
Yeah, it would spike for sure. I mean, it's almost like it feels like it almost doubles just because like that's one of the other, it goes up by like 33% or something maybe.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think happens?
I think it almost doubles. You just removing the win equity from that team to the the Broncos. All right, it wants us to take Laporta. I don't love that. What about doing Bucky Evans? Or because Kyron's already gone.
I think Bucky Evans is kind of a smash.
Yeah. Because it's all about, I actually don't even care if they lose in round 1 with this team. Because I'm going to end up with 5 Bills players in total anyways, but I just need to advance them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. I migrated to your streams from Stochastic. Slightly different audience. I think a little bit less slappy.
Stochastic is less slappy?
You know what? Stochastic is less slappy than a ship chaser.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I got to be honest. I don't really foresee very many scenarios where Dalton Kincaid could ever score 23 half PPR points. How many Rube Goldberg targets would have to be drawn up for that to happen? I mean, truly.
Honestly, I mean, it's tough because Kincaid, he barely outscores Knox because Knox threw him 2 of those touchdowns.
It is so funny. Like, I don't really like Kincaid is like whatever. I thought he was a pretty overrated prospect.
Yeah, me
but
too.
Just the whole concept of everyone hating him because of Liam is so funny.
Yeah, I mean, he just keeps getting anointed. He had the breakout ADP this year, and I mostly I got my 8-9% of them. I think maybe I've settled at like 6-7 in the end because I just had trouble drafting him, but I got it. I understood the breakout case, and he's a first round pick. He made some sense last year. Last year, I thought he was a worse pick than this year in a way because you had like similar bets in Laporta and stuff, who were going close to free in last year's Best Ball Mania. But yeah, he's just one of those guys where like it is a plausible breakout case, but I've never been a believer, so it's been tough for me.
I just would love to see a revisionist history where he does, and this is actually annoying because I wanted Kincaid on this team and he went. So now we have to take Keon.
Yep.
And then this becomes a Dawson Knox, Ty Johnson team too, probably. All right, Keon. Then what are we thinking? We could do Chief. It's probably Hawkinson, right?
Hawk, yeah.
I mean, these teams are pretty paint by numbers too. Really, they kind of do themselves. Which is not to say that they're bad.
No, they're not bad, and you can see the sidekick here pointing us to Chiefs, which is like a big round 2 advancement piece, and there's this a concept here of like you would prefer to win round 1 by like 1/10 of a point, right? Your preference should be to advance through round 1 with as few leftover points is possible, because then you're going to need to win round 2, which is difficult. So it's very possible that like we're overestimating the score we need to get through our first pod to a 6 and underestimating the score we need to get through round 2. And so it'll be like some of these builds.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm understanding you right. I think something that people do not focus on is the round 2 scores.
That's what I'm saying.
People. Okay, yes, then we are in agreement. Like when the sidekick is telling us to take DeAndre Hopkins, no hand drafters are not doing that because they're thinking wild card round, Super Bowl. That's all they're thinking. They're not thinking about the scores in between. Yeah. Exactly.
And so, but you watch us do it. We're overriding the sidekick a lot there. We're saying like, let's just build for the guys who are live round 1. We'll worry about round 2 later. And it's possible that the winning way to play is actually you draft Bills, but then you draft Chiefs to help you get through round 2, because Bills Chiefs aren't going to be super paired together. And if the Chiefs do score more points than people anticipate, they could be huge advance rate pieces in round 2. And like, you're creating risk that you don't get out of round 1 in the first place. But again, you want to get out of round 1 like by the skin of your teeth, and then have a lot of live players for round 2.
Yeah.
It's just tough to know, like, what is the skin of your teeth? How many points is the skin of your teeth? Like,
right. It's basically unknowable. You know, the divisional round could stink. Divisional round could just be like a bunch of awful games. You know,
100%.
Or there could be a Gabe Davis. You know.
Yep.
Stinks for Christian Watson. There, I saw Jumas tweet yesterday that wide receiver in round 1 back on the table for them in the draft. Kind of interesting. Because they have a bunch of guys who are like, oh, that guy's pretty good. I like Jaden Reed. I like Romeo Doubs. I like Dontavian Wicks. But they're like all just okay. None of them are like dominant.
Let's do Hopkins.
Yeah.
Do what we're saying, you know?
Yeah.
Get that advance rate piece. Round 2 advance rate.
We've got Hopkins. We need a bill for numbers reasons. So do you like Ty Johnson, or do you like Knox?
I think I like
Hollins?
McMillan, and then we take like a Hollins or something.
Okay. So that just sets us up. We won't have a full Bills Super Bowl.
We won't? Okay, then we definitely won't. Okay. I miscalculated then.
So
let's take Ty
So if we take Ty Johnson and we take another Bill, we can have a full Bills Super Bowl regardless of the NFC representative.
Okay.
If we would have taken McMillan, we would have needed Tampa Bay or Minnesota to get there.
I like taking the Bill then.
Yeah, I agree. Curtis Samuel is not anything. He's injured and bad and old and unlikely to play more snaps than Matt Collins. And they play so much 12. That's the other thing. They play a lot of 12.
Yeah. Hollins has had a role all season, and he's big. He could catch a touchdown.
Yeah. My fingers are pretty nimble. My fingers are they're I'm not.
I would say more nimble than we first started drafting. When we first started streaming together, I would say you've shown improvement. I would maybe even most improved player award for Davis Mattek as a streamer.
Oh, there we go. Team on the turn. McCon 1, 2, 3. Mahomes, St. Brown, Kelsey, Worthy, Pacheco. All right, how do you land the plane? So he's setting up the Lions Chiefs Super Bowl. He did Nico and Mixon.
Okay, Nico Mixon, got it.
So he's got St. Brown, Kelsey, Worthy, Pacheco.
That's nice.
Nico and Mixon. Reed, Love, Dubs.
Great. Yeah.
Very. Yep. 10 out of 10. Good team.
Don't have any notes. Good job.
Keep drafting like that.
Be tough to get through, right? You drafted the most difficult Super Bowl to get through, but like you did a good job.
All right. Crutches, you're probably right, actually. Okay. 1 Bill, 2 Bill, 3 Bill, 4 Bill. We need a fifth Bill. You know what? Let's placate the chat.
Let's do Samuel. People forget he was very good for the Commanders. I don't think the chat realizes how Good.
People
Curtis
forget
Samuel.
in 2020 he did score 173 half PPR points.
Samuel was a pretty good best ball pick in 2023. Like kind of the in the not quite Darnell Mooney, but like close to Darnell Mooney level.
I mean, dude, he scored 6 touchdowns the first 3 weeks in 2020. It's true. He did have a 17.6 fantasy point game this season.
This year, yeah.
Seems unbelievable, but
I also got through like no Josh Allen because I stacked him, so I don't think he was that good of a pick, but
no BR today. Probably BR Wednesday and Friday, Brian. Maybe I'll do some BRs tomorrow. I will definitely be streaming. Tomorrow. Unclear. Kind of depends on how full the gauntlet is. Like if the gauntlet is 92% full tomorrow, there will be no BRs because I will be frantically trying. If it's 81%, which it might even be past.
Things are filling up. Like
Gauntlet's 65% full. So yeah, let's see. Unpopular opinion. Yeah, I think it's totally fine to take off in these spots. Crane probably disagrees.
I think it's bad.
Yeah. The last round chief you want is Justin Watson because he can get there on one snap, one play. Hardman, I would say is it, but he's injured, like legitimately injured.
What about Juju? Juju, like when he has a role, it's kind of nice.
I think Hurts
or Gibbs, yeah.
I kind of want to. Should we do something weird?
Let's do Gibbs.
Let's do Barkley.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, no, you know what? No, I don't have the courage. I don't have the courage of my convictions. We're taking Hurts. That's what it looks like. Okay. God forbid me give an unpopular opinion on the internet. Noah Gray is like the worst Chiefs pick on the board right now because
why?
Because he's drafted.
He's always drafted, yeah.
At not 100% of the time, but he's drafted at an insanely high clip. And in the Super Bowl, he is no more likely to generate 11.3 underdog points than Juju, than Watson. Or if I'm wrong, and if Hardman is healthy and he comes back, then Hardman, then Samaj Pirine. What is Noah Gray and Samaj Pirine's anytime touchdown price going to be in the Super Bowl?
Crazily higher.
Not that much more.
Yeah.
Yes. Noah Gray is awesome on DraftKings.
Yeah, he's awesome on DraftKings.
Yes.
Now, okay.
It's just Devonta, I think.
Devonta, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hurts builds are tough, man. One thing I'll say with Barkley is the most likely player in the pool right now where you feel like your team kind of sucks, right? So
yep,
this
Barkley Henry guy. What's he gonna do?
You gotta go to Darnold probably or Herbert, but you're already boxed out. One of your top 2 picks isn't making the Super Bowl, which is obviously a bummer.
Yeah.
So I mean, it does make the Barkley Mahomes start more interesting, and it does make it like you just like how many teams are you willing to burn to like try to get a Barkley Hurts team? I think maybe I take a little bit more Barkley out of the 4 hole or the 5.
In the gauntlet, not many. In the mitten or the little gauntlet, like when I'm truly crushing like 5 teams at a time, much more likely. Not even a money thing, but just like a volume thing. Like I've already got 300 mitten teams in mitten 1 and mitten 2. So if I'm doing the mitten 3, I just want to be trying to add weirdo teams.
Yeah. I think in mitten 3 being one of 6, Barkley's more powerful there. So maybe that's the move. Kelsey's pretty strong here.
That is how you Justin Jefferson's still on the board. This is how you win Chiefs Eagles Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Is you get your and you just say Barkley, only gets like 14 or whatever. Pacheco can match that.
Pacheco, and then you'll have Gainwell. we'll definitely have Gainwell on this team.
The individual value of each team is the same, regardless of which contest it's in. It's just a matter of what you are trying to accomplish.
Yeah,
I personally think these games are combination games and pod variance games. So every team kind of builds on itself in the sense of you could literally, Pat, you could draft the same identical team 10 times, like literally same 10 players, and they're all good advance rate pieces, like none of them stink, and only get one of them to the Super Bowl just because of how pod variance shakes out.
100%.
Yeah. So it is a bit of a volume, not even a bit. It is a volume game, it's a combinations game, and it's a variance game. Unless you're Peter Overzet and you just draft like 4 teams and you get the nuts. And Pete and I will have the same sweat in the Super Bowl, and I will have spent about 900 hours drafting doing it. And Pete will have just turned on StreamYard for 6 minutes, drafted the nuts, and then like went to go play with his daughter.
Yeah. Guy, he's got things scheduled out. It's nice. Very efficient.
Why do I think the Little Gotten is still 2-6? Because I don't know. I think 1-6, they probably 1-6 is a little bit better when you know the 1 seeds. So you just are more accurately trying to capture the risk. It's a little bit more difficult when you don't know the 1 seeds, I suppose.
Yeah. The let's see, the Little Gauntlet has a payout of $10K. And it's a $10 to enter tournament. True. And the Mitten 3 has a first prize of $50K. Now it's a bigger tournament, but I think that's the advantage. You're weeding out more people.
Fuck. Puka's gone again, dude. The Puka shit is tough.
I think Pacheco's pretty good here.
Yeah, he's fine. I don't think it's ideal because 1, you can get Hunt. 2, we don't care that much if we don't get him.
Right.
The teams behind us are not incentivized, but yeah, this being unable to get Puka Kyren now in the mid rounds is a little bit.
It's frustrating. Yeah,
it is a little bit more annoying. Bucky Mike Evans is about to become the new Puka Kyren
for sure. I think we have to take Goddard here. We probably could have taken Goddard there and then pivoted to the advance rate stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, advance rate pieces are advance rate pieces that people know for sure are making the playoffs. And like also now you have no teams in your draft wasting picks on Bijan Robinson, no teams in your draft wasting picks on Jamar Chase until like this week was like,
dude, on DraftKings he was going really high because people I think somewhat sharply but also overly doing it, but they were like, it's hard to advance on DraftKings. I'm just taking all the Bengals. I'm going to take
their playoff rates were never higher than like 10%.
Yeah. But it was a what do you win when you win thing of like, if they made it, all of a sudden you've got like the nuts for advance rate on a platform where it's hard to advance.
Right.
So it was probably never sharp, but it was understandable.
Yeah. All right. You're right. Goddard, easy click here. This is a Kenny Gainwell ass team, if I've ever seen one.
Hey, this is the most Kenny Gainwell team I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Okay. McConkey's a good pick on this team. Hollywood's a good pick on this team. Yeah. These Eagles teams, man. I mean, look, dude, I am so many playoff best ball drafts in. So many playoff best ball drafts. I've done legitimately over 500. Like I'm seeing this stuff in my
I'm jealous, man. I have not drafted like my mittens. I think I got like 30 in each or something. Yeah, 33 mittens, 40 mitten twos. I only got 2 big mittens before that closed.
People are saying you don't want it.
Come on.
Are they saying
I'm gonna max the gauntlet? I'm definitely.
Am I hearing? Guys, are you hearing that Karain does not want it?
All right. You know what? I just entered a bigger mitten.
A bigger mitten.
I literally just entered a bigger mitten and it's snap filled.
Snap filled.
That's how you got to me. You got to me. I'm in a bigger mitten now.
See, listen, guys at Underdog. You have Pete out here actively making fun of people for drafting on your platform. Crane's like, I've done 200 drafts, and I'm like, you don't want it. You got no fire if you've only done 200 drafts. You know,
Davis literally just got $500 on the table from me in one comment.
yeah.
So I think McConkey is a
smash. Yeah. Lad is the smash here. He is. Chargers gonna. People are saying the Chargers are gonna win. Shope was telling me the Chargers are gonna beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
He said it.
It'd be just as good for us on this team.
Yeah. Would love to do. I just got a promotional email from Greg Ambrosius about the cheating contest. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can't wait. It's so sickening that guy cheated in that contest because it's literally my favorite postseason contest.
It's the best contest. Yeah, it's a bummer.
Okay.
I miss the old Pat. Come on, Betts. Just got Lamar in the bigger mitten. Bigger mitten.
Josh, I sadly feel that the Chargers beating the Chiefs at Arrowhead in the cold weather is not preordained. I got to be honest. I don't see California Herbie and Quentin Johnston showing up in there and finding the shipper. I don't think it's fair to call it a cheating contest, but basically an employee of the NFFC altered his lineups after lock in the NFFC. Dobbins,
twice.
Right?
Yeah, Dobbins.
Twice. Yeah.
Twice in the same contest. Yeah. Adding the nuts of that round to his lineup. Yeah.
Which is great because he didn't end up
to his
winning
cousin's lineup.
His cousin's lineup. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
He didn't win in the end, the cousin, right?
No, he didn't.
That's nuts, dude. To cheat in a contest where
But you have to cheat early in that because there's so many teams that are live, and you can.
Yes.
It's a really complicated contest, but you can basically you can slot the nuts in post lock to your lineup, and there's so many teams, there's so many iterations
that no one's. Yeah.
No one would know.
This is a great point. Cheating and not winning is truly fucking embarrassing, man.
Yeah, it is pretty embarrassing.
Josh won this contest, NFFC GOAT Josh, and they probably were cheating you, brother.
Not hard enough, that? Clearly, Josh.
Not hard enough.
They didn't cheat you hard enough.
They sure weren't. Cheating, not winning, and getting caught.
Not ideal.
Not my son. Yeah, Dan. So Dan DM'd me about this, about getting these sites to provide a CSV available at lock. NFFC is going to do it this year, based on my understanding. Imagine asking the FFPC guys for a CSV.
Well, this was the whole problem. There was a guy kind of had the keys to the kingdom that shouldn't have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, Clay. Would you win BR last night, brother?
Finished second in the double doink.
Finished free. All right, we did get Gainwell. Hurts, Pacheco, Dobbins, Gainwell, Devonta, Kelsey, Goddard, Lad, McConkey. Mathematically, we probably want another Chief, and we probably want like a Dotson, Calcaterra type thing, right?
I think Calcaterra is pretty much off the menu.
That's not great for me, but so of the sidekick options, I definitely think it's Noah Gray, just to add a full Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl.
Yeah, I like it.
And then I'm interested to see if it tells us Dotson for a full Eagles Super Bowl or not. Because in my mind, it should.
It probably won't, because we just have Dotson so low. Yeah. If you believe in Dotson more than then
I don't believe in Dotson at all.
Yeah.
As in, I think his playoff line should be like 0.5 points.
Yeah.
But this leaves us a Super Bowl where we could theoretically, imagine a weirdo Eagles Texans Super Bowl. Obviously, this is not something that's going to happen in the real life, but imagine we would have a live Super Bowl.
The thing I don't like about it is that we have one of the weirdo Super Bowls in a way, which is the Chiefs, which are hard to advance.
Just
So we might as well
hard
just lean
to
into that.
advance.
Yeah. It's not weirdo in the sense of it happening, but it's weirdo in terms of like you getting a team there that has it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So do you want to do Justin Watson or actually QJ? Honestly, QJ is the better pick.
QJ is a good pick.
No, we're not drafting the nuts right now because it doesn't have Mahomes and Barkley. Like if you could just think about if you could hand pick 5 players, they'd be on the list. All right, QJ.
I mean, if you could hand pick 5 players, I would do like
QJ or Watson.
Allen and Barkley. Well, Christian Watson tore his ACL. No, I do QJ. You're recovering.
Okay, we got one to review. Thoughts on the 101? He did get St. Brown. That's nice. So he rolled out a box. Kyron without Puka, gotta be honest, don't love it.
That's okay. I'm literally about to do it in my draft.
In the big mitten.
In the bigger mitten.
Dude's grinding. Dude is
got
grinding.
that fire, man. That's what everyone says. Just got that.
Yeah, no, look, this is a good team. You have 1, 2, 3 Lions. How many Bills though? Do you ever do 6 Bills? We have 1 Bill, 2 Bill, 3 Bill, 4 Bill, 5 Bill, 6 Bill. So the question is 6th Bill versus another AFC advance rate piece. What
Let me see the earlier guys. So he's got Allen, Cook, Amon-Ra, Bai, Laporta, Kyron, Cooper, Montgomery. I would have taken an advance rate piece.
With the 3 Lions, I think you take the advance. Yeah. I think you turn Amari Cooper into Jalen McMillan, Terry McLaurin. If you want an AFC version, I guess it's Sutton or QJ.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I am gonna max the gauntlet. Don't tell Peter. God forbid. Don't guys, don't tell Peter I'm gonna be maxing contests on the site that he is an early investor and an endorser of. He'll call me names. He'll tell me that I'm too deep in the weeds. Crane,
not me though. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Davis.
Well, it's because you have the fire.
You have blood.
You have the fire. The fire just reignited. The fire just reignited in you.
That's right.
You guys can see the moment that Corain got the hunger back.
I'll be in the bigger mitten. If anyone's in the bigger mitten streets today, I'll be there. If you're not there, check in the DraftKings 333.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard, man. I heard this dude is I heard this dude has the fire. All right, Corain, tell the people Legendary Upside, Sidekick, where to purchase it, all the good stuff.
LegendaryUpside.com/sidekick. You can check it out. It's $1.99 for the month, but which in this case is kind of the week, but it's the same tool that covers regular play at best ball. So if you decide to sign up for the yearly version, you'll have all of next season covered and most of next year's playoff best ball season covered. So that would be another way to think about it if you're considering signing up for the Sidekick. But yeah, as you can see, it's very helpful in kind of keeping track of what you're doing as you try to put these teams together in a complicated but fun format.
Yeah. I will continue to do this. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow, either before or after the Swolecast, TBD, but there'll be another Playoff Best Ball stream tomorrow. I will see y'all then. It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's